Tenderloin outdoors. I'm excited today, getting ready to smoke a pork tenderloin. I have not done this yet on the Pit Boss, and I'm really looking forward to it. My wife kind of surprised me. She came home from the grocery store today and brought home a pork tenderloin, and I hadn't planned on smoking anything today, anything like that, so this is a great surprise. It's always a good day when I can get the smoker out, throw some meat on it, and see what happens. So, been brining the tenderloin since about 9:30 this morning, so it's just about 3 hours of brining, using my standard brine of kosher salt and brown sugar. Really hoping that this does me well. It's been a brine that I've been sticking with for a lot of things here recently. I am interested in trying to see what other brines are out there, so if you've got a good brining recipe, drop it in the comments below. I might use yours on the next video, and don't worry, I will definitely make sure to give you credit for that brine recipe if I do that. So, I'm going to grab the tenderloin out. It's just under 4 pounds, and it looks pretty doggone good. That brine's already done its work. Looks like the meat is started to break down just a little bit on the outside, which is exactly what we want. Something to help tenderize that meat, but also to hold some moisture in on it. I'm going to take some paper towels here. I'm not going to dry it completely, but dry it enough to where it's not just sopping wet coming out of that brine. Once we get it good and dry, just about got it there. Alrighty. We're going to take and we're going to score the meat with a knife. I'm not looking to cut all the way through this, just looking to get a little extra penetration with my dry rub. And we are going to put a little bit of olive oil on here. And I will say, with that brine, it is definitely showing that it's already tenderized this meat, because it is extremely easy to cut into. Again, I'm not cutting into it extremely far, just enough to get that dry rub in there a little bit more. We're going to use just a little bit of olive oil on each side, just to help lock in some of that moisture, but also in an attempt to keep it from drying out on the smoker. I actually think I put enough on that top side there that I could probably just transfer over to the back and vice versa. You can use other oils. I've always just stuck with olive oil. Doesn't really change flavor of the meat or anything like that. So I like to just stick with something that's going to do the job that needs to be done without really changing a whole lot of flavor. We'll use coconut oil, other things like that, and that's fine. I just find that I think I taste the coconut oil more, so that's not something that I tend to use. If you use it and like it, that's up to you. That's completely something that you can do. So, for the dry rub today, we're going to be utilizing the Rufus Teague. Been using this one for a while now, kind of stuck on it. One of the big things for me on this rub is it is gluten-free, and my wife does maintain a gluten-free diet, so that's something that I always have to be mindful of when I am preparing foods. So, finding one that's gluten-free and a good rub, it's kind of hard to get away from that. So I'm going to put a good bit of the rub on this. I'm going to press it in more so than rub it, and try to get it on all sides of this meat. Well, I got this meat. It's all prepped, ready to go. Getting ready to go fire up the smoker, get it ready to go, get that temperature up. So you'll see me out there in just a couple of minutes. One of the reasons I like doing it this way, where I don't have the smoker already prepped, is It gives the meat a little bit more time to come up to that room temperature, nice and kind of pre-warming the meat, so I'm not starting with a really cold piece of meat going onto the grill. Alright y'all, so the smoker's up to temp, got the meat out, got the probe in it, getting ready to throw it on the grill. Cannot wait. This is going to take maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on how long it takes the meat to get to a core temperature of 145 degrees. So we're going to see what we get with this. I'll be checking back in with you. Again, like all of my smokes, I'm not opening the lid very often. It's only going to be to check the meat, spritz it with water if need be, and then taking it off. So not long after this will be the big reveal with the taste test. Gonna turn the camera off for a second, get this on the grill, get you a nice video of it, and then we'll be back to the taste test momentarily. There she is on the grill. Got the smoke dancing around. Like I said, it's not gonna take long for this one. It's gonna be at an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Just need that core temp to get up to 145 degrees. As I do with most of these, I'm going to hold the prime button down for about 8 to 15 seconds just to try to get that temperature back up to the 250 degrees. And I'll be checking back in with y'all here in just a little while. That's the last time you see the meat before we get to do the taste test, so stick around for the big reveal. Hey everyone. Well, it has actually gone a little bit faster than what I had anticipated initially. We're up to over 145 degrees, and it's only been about an hour and 35 minutes or so. So moving quicker than what was anticipated. Maybe it's just a little bit lighter of a cut of meat than what I thought it was, or it's just a hot day. It's around 100 degrees today, so maybe that's causing some issues with it. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to be pulling it off the grill and taking a look at it, and then the big taste test. So let me flip the camera around, give you all a good look of it on the smoker here, and we'll go from there. There she is, looking really, really good.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Emery is approving it 100%. She thinks that it's looking amazing. So, gonna grab it off of there. We're gonna let it rest for about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna be cutting into it and seeing how this thing turned out. Stick around. All right, y'all. This thing's been resting for a little more than 15 minutes now. I cannot wait to cut into it and see how it tastes. And actually, like I said, it went faster than what I had anticipated. I was expecting an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours to get this thing done. But that internal temperature got up to more than 145 at about an hour and 30 minutes. So faster cooked than I was expecting. I will say that there's plenty of juices on that plate where it's been resting. It definitely did not dry out, so I'm very excited for that. Oh man, there's a good looking smoke ring around that. Such a good looking piece of meat. I'm gonna cut off one of these pieces here, bring it up to the camera so you can see it. My wife got home just a couple of minutes ago and saw this thing. She said, "Now where's my piece?" I hadn't cut into it yet or anything like that, so she was really, really excited to see it. I'm really excited to try this out. See if I can get this to come up. So, nice pink ring around the outside there, white meat in the middle, cuts like a dream, like there is barely any resistance on this knife to cutting through it. Nice and juicy, tender, very tender. Maybe I'm going to put that rub on it a little bit sooner. I've got some good flavor from it, but not as much as I would like. And I think the next time I do it, I'm probably going to put it on the P setting 4, keep it around 220 degrees. It's going to take longer to smoke it, but I think the flavor is going to be a little bit better. All in all, very good. Excited for it. It tastes really good. Can't wait to get dinner started. This is Glenn with G1 Outdoors signing off. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. If you like the content I'm putting out, please hit that thumbs up button. If you got any comments, please leave them in the comment description down below. Remember, I'm looking for another brine recipe, so if you've got a good one, please share it with me. Again, this is Glenn with G1 Outdoors signing off. Stay safe in the outdoors.